So, I'm doing this video in two parts, meaning the first part is where y'all are just hearing the loud noise. And, excuse me, y'all, I'm supposed to be asleep. That's why I'm yawning like this. And you can hear the raspiness in my voice because I was awakened out of my sleep. So, prior to me being awakened out of my sleep, I was almost awakened out of my sleep by the dusty children above me running around and all that, but I kind of shook that and was still asleep. So then I was awakened by a really loud, I'm gonna loosely refer to them as contractors that are doing something outside of this building. I don't know if they're working on this apartment building or the house next door to me. I have no idea. But whenever anything is being done over here, you can hear it because it's right off the street and it's like super loud. All of the bedrooms in this apartment on this side of the building, every single last bedroom is on the same side of the house. So there is no solace. It's not like you can be like, oh, well, let me go to another room. You're going to still hear the same exact loud noise. That's why I felt like it was interesting that when every now and again I would hear music from the people next door, I could hear exactly what was going on. And in most cases, they were tame and it wouldn't be so loud to the point where it would awaken me from my sleep, or it would, just be so loud that I couldn't go to sleep to begin with. Oh, but the people above me, of course, doing the most as usual. Um, so all the doors are closed so that the noise can stay somewhat confined. But of course, since it's so loud, I can still hear it. Y'all probably can't hear it, but I can. I can hear it as clear as day. So, yeah, I'm in the dark up here in the living room, and I had to bring a blanket with me so I can just wrap up and hope that I can fall back asleep because I want to continue. Excuse me. I want to continue to get rest so that I'm not using all of my time off trying to recuperate from the rest I'm not getting because I wasn't getting rest for work. And I'm tired on top of that because of all the work I've done at work. So yeah, y'all. That's what's going on. Just because I haven't been uploading any videos, giving, accounts to this actually still happening, it doesn't mean it hasn't been happening. Oh, trust and believe the dusty children above me still run, drag, and do all kinds of loud, ridiculous things on the regular, just about every single day. So that's something that hasn't changed. The landlord still hasn't, served them because they were supposed to get evicted. And yeah, I'm just like, girl, I don't know what it was. It seemed like she had a personal vendetta or was willing to do her job when it was the relative of whoever this heifer is kin to that was living up there before they abruptly moved out, and none of us even knew that she was the new occupant or whatever. But now it's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna call and see what's going on. Which, of course, that's fine because that's what she did before when they were up there with their kids and they all of a sudden started being ridiculously loud. Phone call happened. They were sent a notice in the mail and everything was outlined as far as being loud, disorderly, and all that. Like it actually was in the lease and all that stuff. And it was basically like, look here, if you keep doing this, you're going to get evicted. Somehow she just decided that she was just going to ignore the fact that this is what this heifer's doing up here now. And she just does not want to get a handle on her children. As I've already mentioned to y'all before, every now and again, some man be up there and he'll yell and say little stuff. Lately, that ain't really worked. So it's like, I don't know if it's their daddy or their granddaddy or some random man, but it's the same random man to be up there, and he'll yell and say little stuff to them, and they continue running, jumping, and doing all the things they are supposed to do outside versus inside. As I keep explaining to people who come under videos like this and say to me that this is something that shouldn't be happening, and I would never live in an apartment, or I would never live where somebody is on top of me and all this other stuff, you have to realize that when I came into this situation, I was with my ex and he found this place, and this was the actual apartment that was open. Okay, and when we came in, that wasn't an issue. Yes, there are children, as I've mentioned before, there are children that live and visit in every single last one of these apartments, but they never do anything to the degree in which this woman's children does. And it's like she just doesn't have enough common sense to understand that that's not how it's supposed to go. The things that they do is what they're supposed to do outside. Instead of sending them outside or taking them outside so that they can burn off this energy, she just has them just do whatever they want to do inside and disrupt me. That's not the way it's supposed to go. I wouldn't dare. Like, anytime I do anything, I try to be mindful of the elderly couple that lives below me. And even if it wasn't an elderly couple, I'm still going to try my best to make sure that I'm mindful of the people who live below me, because that's just common sense, to me at least. But yeah, prior to me living in this particular apartment, I had never had any issues. Oh, excuse me, because again, I'm supposed to be asleep. I had never had any issues with living in an apartment building. Never. It had never been issues where my neighbors were so loud that they were keeping me up at night, waking me up out of my sleep, disrupting my peace. None of that. Like, I could do anything I wanted to do, and I never felt like I was disturbing them, and it never came across like they were disturbing me. Like, it never was that loud. Like, never. 99% of the time, couldn't hear nothing. Now, this might be somewhat of an older building, but like I said before, every time there has been someone who lived above me before now, the children would do what they would do. Like, even if they were really small, they might run here and there, but it would be 5, no more than 10 minutes. Not hours on end. There are literal times that if I were to just keep recording, y'all would be like, okay, so she ain't lying. Like, there are some days they literally be running like their life dependent on it all day, almost as if it's nonstop. And I'm like, oh, you finally got tuckered out and sat down somewhere? Oh, okay. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't understand. I really don't. Everybody in this building has children or grandchildren or some sort of a child or children that live here and that visit, and none of them do what these children do. It's infuriating. It is very infuriating because I go to work. She don't even go to work. And then she be having the audacity to take my little spot. Everybody know that that's my parking spot. I was the only one here who had a vehicle before any of these other people that do have vehicles now. And I would park in a certain spot. Not everybody has a vehicle. Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying, respectful of the fact that I park in a certain parking space. The other day I left out when I was awakened out of my sleep. And I went to go, run a quick errand that took me less than 30 minutes from the time I left until the time I got back. When I got back, she done parked in front of where I normally. I was just like, well, girl, you could have stayed where you were. Because I heard you upstairs before I left. So it's like you heard that I left, and then all of a sudden you went around back, moved your car to the front, and you're in my spot. Like, girl, stop. And again, before somebody want to try to come on here and try to test my gaze, to be like, well, it's not yours, doesn't have your name on it, say something ignorant to that effect, please stop. like I said, it's just a respect thing. Everybody else respects the fact that I've been here for years. I've definitely been here longer than her, and I park in a certain spot. Like everybody just realizes that, and even when there is nobody out there, meaning everybody went to work or went somewhere else, they come back and park where they normally park, and I don't try to be disrespectful or come out of nowhere and be like, you know what, I'm gonna park right here. Like, no, I park where I've been parking since I had a vehicle, and I've been here parking here ever since I first moved here. I had a vehicle, and I have been parking in the same spot pretty much. Now, when my ex left, it was a definite, situation. I pretty much have been parking in the same spot. The only time I would park somewhere else, the people would randomly come over and be in the way, and just do what they wanted to do instead of being respectful of the fact that there are people who live here, and we have pretty much the right of way. That's the only way I could think of saying it right now because I'm exhausted. I should be asleep, and this is ridiculous. Shouldn't even be awake. Like I have, let's see, 3.5 hours left before I'm really supposed to be awake. I'm not even remotely close to being asleep. That compressor is still really loud. Y'all probably can't hear it now because I'm not in that room anymore, but it's ridiculously loud, y'all. All the doors are closed. It doesn't even matter. Excuse me. It doesn't even matter. But y'all, I'm sorry. I had to come on here and vent because it is just so annoying. Got to deal with my packages being stolen. So now all of my packages, for the most part, get sent to my friend's house. I have a slew of packages over there right now. So since I'm gonna get certain things done by her, I'm gonna wait until I go over there. I think Sunday before the end of that morning, I'm gonna go over there and drop off all the ingredients to the seafood boil that I want her to do for me for my birthday. So she's literally gonna do it on my birthday when she gets off work, and I'm gonna have it for dinner, I guess. I don't know. I think that's how it's gonna go. So I have things I'm gonna pick up, and I'll go over there and get them then, unless I just feel like going over there tomorrow and picking up my stuff and then going over there again, because I could essentially do it like that. I could tell her to leave the stuff outside and I can pick it up, because again, it's situations where nobody's going to steal my stuff. But we're supposed to be in for rain and all that stuff, so I don't even want to chance it. It rained briefly at work last night, and it was just I don't know. I just don't want to risk it. So yeah, y'all, just pray for me. Pray for me. Just please pray, meditate, do something, please. I'm so sick and tired of somebody always trying me, somebody always doing the most. I do have some good news, and I will share that with y'all when I can actually show y'all my face. But I'm trying to keep my body in a state of calm so that if I can drift back off to sleep, I'll be able to do it easier because it's dark. Like, when I was experiencing that insomnia for like 9 months, I kept trying to think of ways that could help me to actually go to sleep. I did all sorts of research, and one of the things they said that you should do is if you have to get up to even use the bathroom, that you should try to keep the lights off or keep them dim so that you can still, go right on back to sleep. That really does help. I know at least it does for me. So I'm just trying to make sure that I can stay in this state of calm, keep relaxing my body, and hopefully I'll get me some more sleep because this is annoying. Like, I have to go to work. I have to go to work. I don't want to be exhausted. I shouldn't have to work over, but I don't trust nothing until I'm there and then I'm able to get out the door. Um, so yeah. Anyway, y'all, again, pray for me. I am about to try to close my eyes again and just sit here in the living room where there's significantly less noise coming from outside, but I still have to deal with the stupidity upstairs. Um, Trust and believe as soon as I get off here, they're going to start back up. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.